Good evening, students. Today I am teaching you Module 2, TYBCom Sem 6, Module 2, Lesson 1, Commercial Policy. Commercial policy is also known as International Trade Policy. It means all measures which regulate the external economic relations of a country. It covers tariffs, trade subsidies, import quotas, export restraints and other barriers. Barriers means controls to international trade. Restraints also means controls. It is needed for the growth and development of a country. Commercial policy, it means commercial policy is needed for the growth and development of a country. Now, what are the objectives? First point, to increase trade. Second, to protect domestic country by increasing exports. Third, to prevent import of particular commodities, to protect infant industries. Infant means newborn industries. Fourth, to encourage import of capital goods for the economic development of a country. Fifth, to control imports. Sixth, to remove deficit in the balance of payment. So these are the 6 objectives of commercial policy. First one, to increase trade. Second, to protect domestic country by increasing exports. Third, to prevent import of particular commodities to protect infant industries. Fourth, to encourage import of capital goods for the economic development of a country. And fifth, to control imports. Sixth, to remove deficit in the balance of payment. A deficit means you know that. What is the meaning of that? Expenditure is more than revenue. There are 2 types of commercial policy. That is free trade policy and protection policy. Now first we are going to study what is free trade policy. The word itself, you know that free trade means what? No restrictions, no controls upon trade. And who introduced or who suggested this free trade policy? That is the classical economist Adam Smith and David Ricardo. Both of them were introduced free trade policy. And under free trade, there is no restriction. Trade take place on the basis of market forces. What are the market forces? We already studied in 12th standard. Demand and supply. It implies free flow of goods and services between countries. As there is no restrictions upon the trade, then there will be free flow, free movement. Flow means movement. Free movement of goods and services between the countries, various countries. It means absence of government intervention. Government is not fixing the price. Who is fixing the price and who is playing the role? Demand and supply. It means absence of government intervention and exchange take place without any restrictions. Restrictions means without any controls. Now, pros means advantages or we can say merits of free trade policy. So we studied already what is free trade policy, who introduced Adam Smith and the economist Adam Smith and David Ricardo. Classical means the old economist. Opposite of modern. The classical economist Adam Smith and David Ricardo were introduced free trade policy. And under free trade, the trade take place on the basis of demand and supply, that is market forces. And it implies free flow of goods. There is no restrictions upon the flow of movement. Flow means movement of goods and services between countries. Now we are going to study pros means advantages or merits of free trade policy. The first merit is economic growth. Under free trade policy, each country will specialize in the production of those goods in which it has comparative advantage. It will lead to more efficient allocation of resources and higher level of output of that particular commodity and economic growth of that country. So that is the first merit or the first pros or first advantage of free trade policy. Now the second one, it promotes competition. Free trade policy encourages competition between foreign and domestic countries. See, when there is competition, what will happen? The efficiency of the countries increases. That is the result. As a result, production, export and profit of the countries will increase. So that is the second merit of free trade policy. Now, third merit, availability of more varieties of commodities. Availability of different types of commodities. It enables the consumers to get more varieties of commodities at reasonable price. Because there is no restrictions and all countries are involved in the international trade, and it helps the consumers to get different varieties of commodities. For example, we can say China made, US made, India made, etc. commodities. The consumers will be getting more, they will get different varieties of commodities. Fourth merit is foreign direct investment. Free trade policy enables foreign businessmen to make investment directly for higher profit. Free trade policy enables or helps the foreign businessmen to make investment directly to get more and more profit, because there is no restriction. Free movement of goods and services. Fifth point, free trade enables to make use of expertise. Expertise means to make more experts. It helps the local companies to learn and to improve best trade practices and to become more and more expert in the production of different types of commodities to improve their trade practices. Sixth merit, that is employment. Free trade policy increases production of commodities. As a result, what happens? Employment increases, income increases, and saving also increases. Now, seventh merit, political gains. Free flow of trade will make countries economically dependent on each other. As a result, it reduces hostility. Hostility means enmity, and peaceful settlement of disputes between countries and promote international prosperity. So these are the 7 merits or 7 pros or 7 advantages of free trade policy. What are the advantages? Again, I am repeating. The first one is economic growth. Second, it promotes competition. Third, availability of more varieties of commodities. Fourth, foreign direct investment. Fifth, free trade enables to make use of expertise. And sixth, employment. And seventh, political gains. Now, cons. Cons means disadvantages or demerits of free trade policy. The first demerit or the first disadvantage is that it leads to unhealthy competition. Free trade policy led to unfair and unhealthy competition between developed countries and developing countries. For example, developed countries US and developing country India. So there will be unfair competition and unhealthy competition because their techniques of productions are different. They are using different techniques. Developed countries will be using more and more modern techniques as compared to developing countries. Import of goods at cheaper rate will result in unfair competition between domestic industries and foreign industries. The import of goods from the developed countries at cheaper rate will result in unfair competition between domestic industries and foreign industries. Domestic industries, we can say India, and foreign industries. Second demerit, it causes employment opportunities are outsourced. Free trade may cause jobs to be outsourced because in many areas, international workers are either more experienced or cheaper to hire. See, what is the meaning of outsourced? We are importing the for international workers in place of our domestic workers. So naturally what happened? Unemployment will increase. Third point, urbanization. Free trade leads to competition and better option for the poor in the villages to seek employment. To seek means to get employment in cities. So it leads to urbanization. More and more people get transferred from the villages to the cities to get more and more employment. Fourth point, free trade reduces revenues. Due to cutthroat competition between different countries, we can say developed countries and developing countries, smaller countries find it difficult to get or to recover more and more revenue as they are using not modern methods of production. Okay, now fifth point, harmful products. As there are no restrictions under free trade policy upon the export and import of harmful products, adversely affect the health and welfare of the people. As there is no restrictions upon the export and import of any products, especially the harmful products. So what happens? People are getting more and more harmful products without any restrictions. So it adversely affects, or we can say it decreases the health and welfare of the people. Now, sixth point, lopsided development. Free trade policy encourages the countries to produce those goods in which they have comparative cost advantage and neglected other goods. Only free trade policy is encouraging the country to produce those commodity in which they have comparative cost advantage. Now the question is, what about the other commodities? That is the meaning, lopsided development. Only one side development. Now, seventh criticism or the seventh merit or seventh cons or seventh disadvantage of free trade policy is that over dependence. Free trade may lead to certain dangers of over dependence upon the developed countries. The economic depression of one country may adversely affect its international trading partners. If in a country there is economic depression take place, it will adversely affect its international trading partners. For example, the Great Depression of 1929 to 30, which has occurred in the US, it has adversely affected the economy of other countries, the economic growth of other countries. So these are the disadvantages, 7 disadvantages of free trade policy. First one, unhealthy competition. Second, it causes employment opportunities are outsourced. Third, urbanization. Fourth, free trade reduces revenues. Fifth, harmful products. Sixth, lopsided development. And seventh, over dependence. Thank you, students.